Well, brothers and sisters, God bless you. Welcome to another episode of Faith the Nation. I'm your host, Deacon Alex, and in today's episode, we're going to talk a little bit about the big news that came out over the weekend with Donald Trump mentioning that he has given the go-ahead for the United States crypto reserve. And before we start, if you guys are new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe, like, hit the bell notification. Let me know where you guys are watching from. So over the weekend, Donald Trump had brought in some big news, and he sent out a truth from his Truth Social media company. And he said that a U.S. crypto reserve will elevate this critical industry after years of corrupt attacks by the Biden administration, which is why my executive order on digital assets directed the Presidential Working Group to move forward on a crypto strategic reserve that includes XRP, Solana, and Cardano. I will make sure the United States is the crypto capital of the world. We are making America great again. And right after that, I guess he forgot to mention, and obviously, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as other valuable cryptocurrencies will be the heart of the reserve. I also love Bitcoin and Ethereum. And so obviously, I think it's no question that he was going to have Bitcoin and Ethereum as far as part of the United States crypto reserve. And so there's going to be a couple things about this. Number one, I'm going to talk about just the reserve itself. So, what does this actually mean? Well, we can similarly look at this a lot like the United States Federal Reserve, or I should actually say the United States Gold Reserve. Now, the gold is supposed to be kept in Fort Knox, in which there's some question on whether or not the gold is actually there. That'll be for another video. But let's just assume that the gold is actually in Fort Knox. And there's a few other gold reserves in the United States, but in total, there's supposed to be about $1 trillion worth of gold in the United States gold reserve. And they did that in the 1930s basically to generate wealth for the United States. And what that has done is over the past century is that has given the United States the opportunity to be the world dominant currency. And so that's what the gold reserve has done. And so what Donald Trump is proposing now is to start a cryptocurrency reserve where he's going to be storing and buying a lot of Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Cardano, Solana, and many other cryptocurrencies that are going to be stored in this crypto vault or this crypto reserve. And so Donald Trump, at the beginning of his administration, he appointed David Sachs to be the White House AI and crypto czar. And so this is definitely headed by David Sachs. In fact, even this coming up Friday, I believe it is, this Friday, there's going to be a White House crypto summit in which the White House will invite prominent founders, CEOs, investors from the crypto industry, as well as members of the president's working group on digital assets. The summit will be chaired by the White House AI crypto czar David Sachs and administered by the working group's executive director Bo Hines. And so that's going to be taking place this weekend. And so when Donald Trump had mentioned that over the weekend, the crypto reserve, or about the crypto reserve, the cryptocurrencies began to go bananas. They began to skyrocket. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, XRP, you name it. The entire market was skyrocketing. And that kind of just shows you how volatile the market, the crypto market is. It's very, very volatile. Just as easy as it can go up by someone mentioning cryptocurrency, i.e., Donald Trump, it can go down. And the today's news Donald Trump mentions that tariffs are going to be implemented. And guess what happened to the crypto market just one day after it skyrockets? Well, it begins to plummet. And that's what I was mentioning. It's very, very volatile. One day it's up, the next day it's down. And so, if you are thinking about investing into cryptocurrency, you definitely want to do your own research. You want to do your own diligence, use discernment, be wise, and don't have an emotional tie to it because you can get wrecked. I've been doing cryptocurrency for about 5 years now, and I've definitely had my ups, but I've also definitely had my downs. So I definitely know what it's like to get wrecked. But if you are wise, if you use your due diligence, I believe that cryptocurrency can actually be a blessing rather than a curse. So I do invest in cryptocurrency. And I will mention this that this is not financial advice. I'm not telling you what to do. You have to do your own research. You have to have your own conviction about it. Because on the other side, some Christians may have the belief that cryptocurrency is the mark of the beast, or it's leading up to the mark of the beast, or something like that, or the beast system. Now, I will say, and I will talk about that, and maybe I can do a whole video on that. But let's look at the United States Federal Reserve. People were saying that the dollar bill was part of the beast system back long ago. If you look on the back of the dollar bill, it has a pyramid with the all seeing eye, and it says Novus Ordo Seclorum, which is Latin for New World Order. And so obviously when people saw that, they would associate that, well, that must be the beast system. And then paper checks from banks came out, and you could just write on a sheet of paper, and it actually had value. People thought, well, that must be the beast system or mark of the beast. And let's fast forward in time to credit cards, debit cards, where people were paying and buying things digitally. And so people would associate that as part of the beast system or mark of the beast. And even today, we can even pay for things simply from our computer. We can do it through our applications on our phones. We can even do it on a tap or Apple Pay or Google Pay. And we can simply buy things digitally like that. And so, is that the beast system? Is that leading up to the mark of the beast? And you could definitely make a case that that is also. So where does cryptocurrency fall in that? And I think cryptocurrency is just another form of investing. Could it be a part of the beast system? Could it lead into that? Well, I think maybe it could. I'm definitely vigilant and keeping an eye out for that. And I'm definitely, if it does become part of it and I have to let it go, then I just have to let it go. And so that's the way I look at it. But we would have to do that with our cash. We would have to do that with our phones if that's the case. And so I actually look at it as not a curse, at least not right now, but I look at cryptocurrency as a blessing. I definitely see it as a way where we can generate generational wealth and we can leave a legacy for our children. Because the Bible definitely talks about leaving a legacy for our children. But I will mention in Ecclesiastes chapter number 11, verse number 2, it says, invest in 7 ventures, yes, in 8. You do not know what disaster may come upon the land. This verse encourages in spreading out your investments to minimize risk. So, Scripture actually thinks that that is somewhat of a wise thing. Basically, not to keep all your eggs in one basket. Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verse number 6 says, sow your seed in the morning, and at evening let your hands not be idle. For you do not know which will succeed, whether this or that, or whether both will do equally well. And again, this suggests that working on multiple endeavors is good because you do not know which one will prosper. Perhaps they both could. And of course, there's the parable of the talents. In Matthew chapter 25, in this parable, there's three servants, and Jesus gives one 10, gives the other 5, and gives the other 1. The one with the 10 talents went and doubled his talents and gave it to his master. The one with the 5 also doubled his talents and he gave it to his master. But the one who was called the wicked servant did nothing with this talent. In fact, he buried it, and when the master came back, the servant dug up the one talent and gave it back to his master. And that's the one that the master rebuked and said that you should have at least put it in a bank to collect interest. And at least I would have come back and I would have had my talent with a little bit of interest. And so, on the one hand, I think it is good that we do invest wisely. As far as cryptocurrency goes, again, I'm not telling you to invest in cryptocurrency, but if you do, make sure that you do your own research, use diligence before you get involved. But this crypto reserve news, I think, is very, very bullish. I think that there is a real possibility that if you're able to start storing up some cryptocurrency, that this could be very, very huge. Now, as far as that goes, if you are new to cryptocurrency, we do have a Telegram, Christians in Crypto. And if you're interested in that, please leave me a comment in the comment section. And if you're thinking about joining cryptocurrency, you don't know how to get started, or you're wondering how to get started, I'm going to leave my referral link in the description below. So please use my referral link and we can both benefit off of that. Anyhow, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I appreciate you guys watching. If you like this video, please like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the bell notification, and remember, it's time to rise up and faith the nation.
Fire have to come up on the land one day.